In investing, potential is everything.
A vision for the world that's different. That is an opportunity.
Finding the women-led startups, that's the sweet spot. This is the ultimate competition.
If people don't walk away getting your vision, then you failed.
It's very, very intense.
Every year is a quest to find the next multi-million-dollar business. Visionary Eve Burton and her team of scouts search the country on their hunt for startups with the greatest potential.
All I want is for them to crush it and win the 100K.
I mean, that's such a revolutionary idea.
Over 1,000 businesses become 5 finalists.
How are we going to take these applicants down to those 5?
And one life-changing moment.
If she can break it down, she can make the world understand it.
Do these 5 startups have what it takes?
It's time for women of the world to be part of something that will make them as wealthy as their male counterparts.
FoundHER, the Pitch Lab.
Look at this. Here you go. $27.9 million of annual revenue from a company that started 4 years ago. So this is amazing. It's happening. I mean, how did I get here? I mean, that's a really good question. I said, how do we make a lot of money and do a little good on the side? I started looking at who ran businesses. I stumble upon this statistic. Venture goes 98% to non-women. And I said, wow, I can do math. That means 2% goes to women. There's billions of dollars of venture capital going out every single day. No one had yet found value in an entire generation of professional women. I said, that's it. That's it. We can change that.
As a female founder, you have to be made of titanium.
There's a lot of unconscious bias. When you go into a room of 6 men,
You know the undertones. You can feel it.
And it's subtle. It's things like referring to our CFO as a he, when in reality it's a she.
Men compare me to their wife or their child, and that immediately changes the dynamic.
Something that really frustrates me is people will say, that's such like a noble cause. Yes, I am very mission driven. I also know there's money here.
So we created Hearst Lab, a platform that offers the best female entrepreneurs in the world the opportunity to get on stage and pitch their business for the ultimate chance at a $100,000 investment. We have invested $85 million. And of the 70 companies we've touched, they're now worth over $2.5 billion. Most people would say, Eve, relax. It's doing good. I kept being gnawed at. It's time for women of the world to be able to be part of something that will make them as wealthy as their male counterparts. Our scouts hit the streets and find the women entrepreneurs who are sitting on the next billion-dollar idea. The scouts go out and find companies. They figure out who can be successful. Katie, she's a builder.
Female founders, let's go. They're not going to come to us. We have to go find them.
Easton, she's an analyst, totally financial.
I'm all about the numbers. What I look for the most is how big can the business be?
Carisha is a creative. How should it look? Does it tell a story?
I'm looking for a brand that everybody is going to see and be like, I need this in my life.
Before those founders ever make it to the stage, we're looking at thousands of potential women who could go up there.
How are we going to take these applicants down to those 5?
We are tasked with deciding who has what it takes to pitch in front of Eve, the judges, and a room full of investors, and who has what it takes to join the Hearst portfolio.
I put out on LinkedIn to everyone I know, hey, I'm struggling to fundraise. I've pitched 100 investors, and I could use some help.
This is Katie of Narratize. You know, we're always looking for diamonds in the rough, people that have heard no a million times.
The way I describe it to like my 8-year-old is like, mommy's building a robot company. It's not like this kind of robot. It's a robot that writes. Narratize is a storytelling platform for busy innovators.
What's cool about that is that if she can break it down for her child, then she can make the world understand it.
All right, so next up we have Shimmer. It's a coaching platform for people with ADHD. The founder, Chris, is great. She's lived the problem. She has an incredible energy. If nothing else, I think we just have to get her on stage.
I have ADHD, and ADHD you have for your entire life.
I was an extremely hyperactive kid. I was always bouncing off walls. I discovered that ADHD coaching is part of the recommended mix of care. It was super expensive. If this is really the solution, why is this not easier to get?
The fact that Chris herself has ADHD and she's founded a startup means, like, to some extent it's
Something's
working.
working.
But one of the really interesting things is she has $400,000 in revenue, which is the most out of all of our applicants. So clearly she can sell.
Givers Health, we upskill, support, and compensate family caregivers. The whole reason I'm in healthcare is because of an experience I had as a teenager where I was supporting my dad and didn't know a lot about healthcare or caring for others. And I think if I had, I would have done so many things differently and could have been a better advocate. And it's like a failure of the system to not do a better job of that.
She gets it. I mean, I'm sold.
So I'm really excited about these two. This is Maureen and Lisa of Live Now. This brand that they've built, I think, is important for everybody that has aging parents.
We're improving the relocation process for the seniors, their families.
I want this company to succeed whether they win or not.
Yeah, just moving yourself across town, it can be so stressful, let alone moving your parent with all their things they've collected over the years.
I think it's going to really resonate with people.
So this is Ambika of Zeit.
We really want to make the hiring experience fun and fair. We launched a large community to help people explore career transitions.
Hiring sucks on both ends.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
She's reimagining the whole thing, right? Like, beyond resumes, beyond LinkedIn, how can we give potential new hires a day in the life challenges to show their stuff?
I can't believe something like this doesn't already exist.
We've chosen 5 applicants. Over the next 30 days, the founders will prepare their best pitch for our elite panel of investors. But only one winner will walk away with $100,000. My advice to founders is practice makes perfect.
One of the ways that I'm preparing is to record myself talking through the pitch.
The hardest part is watching a founder hit one speed bump and then flounder for a little bit. That's nerve-wracking. I start to sweat, the lights shine on you, the crowd's huge.
I've never done a pitch competition. Probably not going to do great.
If people don't walk away getting your vision, then you failed.
It really can go any direction.
I don't want to be going on stage.
The life of a founder is hard. Founders, in my mind, are sort of the ultimate risk takers. They have given up their 9-to-5 job, their comfortable paycheck.
This is where I work at home. Some crumpled papers.
You could run out of money at any minute.
It's very stressful to see a bank account go down, especially with 2 kids and the most expenses I've ever had.
If you're not making the dollar for you and your business, no one else is. The life of a female founder is even harder. Women are also moms. There is a saying that if you want something done, give it to a busy person, and there is no one busier than a mom.
Bedtime routine almost over, and I can get back to the pitch.
Welcome to Shimmer.
One of the hardest things is finding capital, and a lot of female founders don't even know where to start. What I'm looking for in a pitch is someone who can sell. I want to feel like they really know what they're talking about.
Would you want to fly with me to California next week to see me do my pitch on stage with all the other amazing women?
Yes.
It's always hard saying bye.
Going to California.
On pitch day, as a scout, it's extremely nerve-wracking because we've just spent the last month coaching them on their ideas.
It's a lot about the charisma of the founder and getting the crowd to believe you're the one who's going to build the next Facebook or Google. All I want is for them to crush it and win the 100K. Once the founders get on stage, it's really out of my control what happens. I've watched them practice the pitch. I've given a ton of feedback on what I think will put them in the best position to win.
Welcome to FoundHER Lab. We are so excited for you all to meet some of the best women-led companies in the country today.
Okay, first up, we've got Ambika from Zeit.
My name is Ambika, and I am the CEO of Zeit. Let's talk a little bit about the world we live in today. This one-click apply technology makes it so easy for people to apply for jobs that it's actually hard to get a job.
I love how she framed that.
Me too.
She's off to a really good start. Yeah.
Yes.
Our digital day in the life challenges enable candidates to test drive a role and in turn, help companies screen for skill fit.
She founded her startup a little bit later. She's had a little bit less time.
Questions from the judges for Zeit.
My question is, and maybe it's too early, are you looking at retention of tenure? Like, is that one of the metrics?
Definitely. It's definitely a North Star metric as we move forward.
While it was an amazing pitch, I think it's also going to be important to the judges considering, is she too early to be a winner?
Please welcome Maureen Longoria and Lisa Burns, founders of Live Now Relocation.
Oh, they look fun.
It's going to be hard for two to present.
Relocation is stressful and overwhelming at any age. It's actually the third most stressful event in your life after death and divorce. Meet Jane. Jane lost her husband a year ago, and she's lonely.
All right, tugging on some heartstrings.
I do think it's helpful when you have the personal story, though.
I think we're a minute and a half into the pitch, and we haven't heard about the product.
Yeah.
Live Now Relocation is a tech-enabled relocation company.
Here we go.
We have projected real estate revenue of more than $1 million in the next 18 months.
This much revenue this early should get the judges excited.
In conclusion, we wanted to share with y'all. I'm sorry, I'm distracted, but there's a fly up here. I know the It hit me in the head, too.
There's a fly. Okay, that could explain some of the awkward back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, so
Here we go with Eve.
Here comes Eve. Yeah. Eve is unpredictable.
Yes.
I didn't see on your team any strong tech.
So we're going to raise $1.5 million over the next few months to acquire talent in that area.
I think it'll be a matter of that they can get there and get there fast.
Right.
I think it also matters how everyone else presents.
Yeah.
And how else they
That's
say.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Tara, I love Tara.
All right. Beginning, this is actually kind of a sad story, so I will calm myself down and tell you guys all why I am here. When I was 11, my dad had a major heart attack, and I ended up taking on a role as a family caregiver. Wound care, medications, mobility, and I loved my time with him, but I didn't know how to be a caregiver. And when he died, I felt like it was because I didn't know enough.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
I ended up going into healthcare based on that family experience.
So she has the perfect experience.
Totally.
Work experience, life experience.
Totally.
I feel like she's really got the judges' attention.
Caregiving, care at home, this is an issue that will affect everybody in this room.
I believe that.
So help us build this future that invests in, supports, celebrates family caregivers, builds.
The hardest part is watching a founder flounder for a little bit.
Builds a future in care at home that is better for all.
Ooh. I have seen founders on stage and thought they were going to fall apart and cry. And that is horrifying because it's, I put them up there and said they were able to do this.
All right, thank you.
The entire pitch was incredible.
The entire pitch was so
to watch
good.
the last 5 seconds just kind of end on an odd sentence was a little bit tricky, but it's about the substance of the pitch, not just one single moment.
Oh, well, she's bringing the most energy to the stage.
Get it, girl!
Twirling all the things.
We have a twirl.
I am the co-founder and CEO of Shimmer, and we do ADHD coaching. I also have ADHD. Stay still, stop talking. Those are the types of things that I heard every single day. Children with ADHD hear 20,000 more negative messages by the time that they're only 12 years old.
ADHD impacts you in so many more ways than you even realize. Like, that's huge.
There is a gold standard solution for ADHD. We're just on the tailwinds. We're at the head of the tailwinds of a large neurodiversity movement and ADHD movement.
You gotta love her charisma.
I stand here in front of you and invite you to help every single person with ADHD live the thriving lives that they deserve so that they can all proudly shimmer.
I had the most fun watching her.
Yeah.
So far. All right, this is Katie from Narratize.
Let's see what you got.
Let's go, Katie.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Trout-Taylor, CEO and co-founder of Narratize, the generative AI storytelling platform for busy innovators.
The fear with generative AI for a lot of people is it going to replace people?
It does feel like if we can wrap our hands around this is a good thing for us to understand and totally important for all the businesses that we're involved in too.
We've built a new team of women-led founders.
This was one of my favorite parts, women building this AI company. Like, you just don't see it.
We're a unique team of PhD-level content strategists.
Drop those degrees, girl.
Yeah, I know.
Keep on
Get
with
it,
the,
girl.
keep with the letters. Imagine how 23,000 innovators across HER's 360 brands could write faster and communicate their ideas more effectively thanks to Narratize. Thanks so much.
Good job.
As you think about going down the AI path, and I know that you have a patent pending, what do you think about the competitive barriers as others realize that this is a really distinct service offering?
We've been working in stealth mode on Narratize for about 18 months. So we've been on GPT-4 for a very long time, working to ensure that we're creating the most high fidelity, high accuracy outputs possible. I think it's truly around the proprietary elements that we've created to ensure that everything that's generated is human-led.
I applaud you for your appreciation of efficiency as opposed to replacement.
I am a former English professor. The last thing I want to do is build an essay creator. I strongly believe that if we can create human-led AI, it will serve us well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's time to see whose founder is getting this money.
As you know, anyone can win.
We don't talk as judges during the pitch. We go behind the scenes. We talk with each other. It's a negotiation. It's very, very intense.
A pitch is really about knowing your audience, and in this case, it's a lot of investors who want to see a really big scalable business.
My judges are split. We've narrowed it down from 5, and I'm torn between the top 3. I have to make the final decision. I mean, Narratize is one where if you think of AI as being, you know, the Wild West, like the internet was the Wild West and then the browser came to personalize it, is what they're doing going to personalize AI? That's the question for me. So, Givers, I love this company. What this company is doing in a certain way is pretty simple tech. All right, Shimmer. I think we need to solve the problem for ADHD for adults. These are great statistics. These guys are really good at product and they're really good at selling. You know, the real question is, do we believe in this founder? You know, it's all about the founder at some point. And I love these founders. I think they're going to be great.
As you all know, it's been a really long day, but I can't even imagine how these founders are feeling.
Now, without further ado, I am excited to announce today that we have 2 winners.
I didn't know.
Wow.
I didn't expect this. No. This is the best possible outcome.
Do we do a drum roll?
So our first choice, Givers Health.
You know, Tara just really has the expertise, such a personal story. I mean, it's just a beautiful combination of things.
I think she's going to grow a huge business.
Okay, number 2, Narratize.
Amazing. Let's go, Katie! I mean, again, like, what an amazing founding team.
Yeah.
Katie's a superstar.
You called it.
Yeah, you did.
She's a winner.
Yeah, and it makes sense for all of our businesses. So
Totally.
Here we go.
I got $100,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, we actually won. So I was very excited. I'm speechless, you know? Speechless.
So in the next 3 months, I want to see that they've come to New York and met people in the lab. I want to see that they've begun to raise some more money. I want to see that their product has real legs. I want to see that they're not just good at talking, but they're good at building. For me, success with these companies is, have they created the product they told me they were going to create?